Hi, I'm Kimberly, a doctorally prepared nurse practitioner, and I'm here sharing my journey to becoming a dermatology nurse practitioner. So, you know what? I want to zoom back out a little bit. Let's play with this. Oh, oh, oh. Ah, there we go. That's it. Okay. Welcome back. Today I'm going to be talking about the Achieve program. I wonder if I can put like a little thing here. So yeah, that's what we'll be doing. Welcome back to Vlogmas. If this is your first time watching, this is my first time doing Vlogmas. And so yeah, it's just a chance for me to kind of establish my channel, get me in the routine of filming regularly, and stuff like that. So my compounded products came in, so I'm going to start using them today for my hyperpigmentation and melasma. This one, they both get used at night, by the way. Yesterday I said I would be starting them in the morning, but they get used at night. Because in the morning, I'm just putting on vitamin C, moisturizer, sunscreen, and then for my face. And then on my neck, I've been using the fluocinolone oil and sunscreen. And so tonight, I'll be putting on my retinol, and then this one. This compounded one is azelaic acid, kojic, and niacinamide. So that's what's gonna go here on my neck. And then I need to take pictures. And you know what? It's kind of gloomy. I said I wanted to take them with the natural lighting. So I need to do that right after this. I'm gonna take my pictures. And then the one for my face is hydroquinone, 4%, and tranexamic acid, which I had never used. So yeah, let me just show you what it looks like. And these are the cute little containers. And they're both just a white cream. So yeah. And like I said, I go back to see her. Now it's been a week. So in 5 weeks, I use the fluocinolone oil 1 more week, and then I'll be switching over to the maintenance medication. And you know what? I'm going to come right back because I'm making him a rice, and I need to put the water's boiling now. So I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back, and I think it changed this a little bit. But yeah, this channel is a reflection of my journey and the real life. And so I just got off work. I need to make him some more rice. By him, I mean the puppy. We just finished running around the back. I'm gonna film this, take my pictures, shower, eat. I have some work to do on the computer. I have an interview to film tonight for the Melanin Initiative podcast, and some marketing and some studying, and prep for tomorrow, and hopefully go to bed on time. So the Achieve program. The Achieve program, like I said, was created by the Diversity in Dermatology. If you don't know what I'm talking about. So actually, you know what I wanted to do before I get into that? The other day, I posted a video on my interview with Dr. Boswell, the creator of Derm Bootcamp with Dr. Boswell. And in that video, I talked about how challenging it can be, or surprising for some nurse practitioners who want to get into derm to find out that that you need experience. And so I talked about some ways you can get that experience. And so I didn't really talk about kind of as a nurse how you can get that experience. I want to do that today. So the other day I mentioned being an MA, and I pointed out how that's MAs who work in derm receive exposure to a lot compared to maybe an MA that works in primary care. And so it's a great avenue. A lot of PAs do go that route. And so they're typically more familiar than I think nurses are, because most nurses, if they're going to kind of go through that route to get into nursing, they start at the CNA level or even LPN. And so I think what I was thinking is, like, you could certainly, depending on where you are in your education and your interest in derm, if you are seeking that first level of certification and you were thinking about doing a CNA, I don't know what opportunities there are for CNAs in derm besides just general skin care, wound care in any type of facility or hospital, especially if you're combining that with at-home study. Certainly you can learn a lot, and if you're shadowing or you have a mentor, you can certainly come through that route. But if you really want hands-on, a little bit of ownership, then MA might be an option you want to think about. So the CNA is very attractive for the nursing prospective nurses, because it helps you get into nursing school. It prepares you for what you're going to be expected to do. It's certainly going to be very helpful in helping you get over that learning curve. And it's a great avenue to get into nursing and understand like nursing theory and how we approach problems. And so that's one way. But I was thinking, if you get into, you could certainly you can be an RN in Derm, and I think most of those are outpatient. I don't know. All my experience was at the bedside in acute settings. But I think most of those nurses work like 5 days a week, 8 hours. And so that could be a great opportunity, certainly a wonderful place to get experience, mentorship, guidance, maybe even preceptor, clinical hours when that time comes. But speaking of clinical, then I would wonder, once you get into MP school, if that's your desire, I don't know how clinical would work, because I don't know what those nurses do when it comes time to go back to clinical. So in a hospital setting, typically most people will eventually go PRN at some point. But also you just have more flexibility in your schedule, because they're open 7 days a week, 24/7, unlike an outpatient setting, which is going to have limited hours, which is great for work-life balance, but maybe not when you're trying to also balance school and still like bring in a certain amount of money. So like for me, I was a night nurse, and I was really the only one of my colleagues that didn't go PRN. And that's partly, and so one of the other reasons I didn't jump right to MP right away when I was in the DMP program is because I did have a sweet schedule. I had a wonderful supportive manager, and I needed that part of my life to be predictable and stable, considering, graduate school is not, you don't always have control over how things are going to go, and you don't always know how things are going to go. And so that was also like a huge component to that decision. And so for me, I think my schedule at the time, I think I worked Sunday, Mondays, and maybe Friday nights. And so that gave me Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday to be available for clinicals. I think that's what I did. And I might have done a few clinical hours on a Friday. Like, I think I precepted with one provider. I think I was shadowing this doctor in Maryland, and I think we would do 4 hours on Friday. And so that still gave me time to like rest and not be exhausted before work that night. It's been quite a while, so I don't remember anymore. But I know I never did kind of like back-to-back kind of stuff, like clinical all day and then work all night too. So that's how I worked it out, and that's how I was able to maintain working full-time all through the BSN to DMP program, part-time, which was 6 years. But full-time, it requires, all of your time. Just because it's part-time, it still requires all of your time. And then the people who were full-time, it was just a year's difference. But I think while it was a year's difference in terms of the calendar, in terms of the stress, it was quite high. And I had already done kind of like an accelerated program before, and I never wanted to do that again. And so I didn't want to. And it ended up being kind of like it ended up being, for some people, a little too much, and they ended up graduating with me after all. So yeah, those are some ways I think as a nurse you could get some derm experience, and you would have to just figure out what you would do for clinical. And maybe if you've already worked for an employer for a while, they might be a little bit more flexible in allowing you to go back to adjust your schedule while you're in clinical. Especially if the plan is for you to work there as an MP in Derm, I would think that would be something they would really welcome. So the options are certainly there. So yeah, I just wanted to kind of finish up talking about that, because I didn't really address how nurses can get experience. If you're already an MP, then of course it's a little different. I found that it's a little bit more challenging to shadow or even find a preceptor if you're not in a program. It doesn't mean it's not possible, but it's just a little bit more challenging than if you're in a program, based on my own experience. So yeah, so the Achieve program. So the Achieve program was created by Diversity in Dermatology. It is a 12-month online didactic education program. You get access to, so you have to be a member to join. There's an application you fill out, and there is a fee associated with it, very reasonable fee. And then they have 25 seats available. Ideally, you're in your first 3 years of Derm as an MP or PA, and And so you're working in derm. The idea is that it complements your practice. And so that's what you'll see when you go to the website. And then each month you get an email. They'll let you know that the lectures for that month are available. You log into the website. I can't remember, did I say you have to be a member? You have to be a member. Membership is free, which is wonderful. At the end of this, I'll talk about the benefits of being a member of Diversity in Dermatology. So you become a member, you fill out the application, and our applications are open right now. The next cohort starts in January. And then every month you get an email. It lets you know the lectures are open. You'll get a link to the portal. And before it starts, actually, you will also get an option to choose a textbook. Last year, the options were Dermatology Essentials and Fitzpatrick. And so you'll get one of those, and then you get access each month. You get the email telling you to log into the portal, and you can find the lectures. And then each month, either you have, I think it was kind of like, sometimes it's every month and sometimes it was every other month, where you have real-time meetings with the mentors and faculty. And so sometimes those meetings are live lecture, and of course you can ask questions, and you get to talk to them directly. People that you see all over the internet that have been in practice for decades, a lot of dermatologists, and then the mentors include NPs and PAs. I can't remember if any of the lectures were by NPs or PAs because I consume so much content. I want to say all the lectures were dermatologists, and then the mentors are dermatologists, PAs, and NPs. And so either we have a meeting with mentors or we have them with the faculty. And yeah, so you do that all year long. You have an agenda. And then like last night we had our final meeting with the with faculty. It was exceptional, actually. It was so good. And it's so nice because they're sitting in the comforts of like their home or their office. And you know, it's the end of their day too, because usually they were at 8 p.m. So very work friendly, and about an hour. I think they were all about an hour. And you know, people were just so candid and so supportive, and just, you know, full of knowledge and experience. And what was interesting about last night is we had 3 dermatologists on, and they had different perspectives on like the questions that were presented. And so it was really, you have to love that kind of atmosphere where everyone's opinion can be heard and respected. And it just shows you how varied medicine can be in the approach to assessment, diagnosis, and as well as treatment. And it was good to also hear their experience over the decades, right? And so that was exciting. And so after the 12 months are over, we still get access to the material. And like I think I mentioned previously, in March when we have our conference, there will be a reception for the Achieve program participants. And that kind of really wraps it up. We got an email today to complete the post-evaluation survey. And then we will get CEs, and we'll get a certificate to go with that as well. So I think that covers it. So yeah, so as far as the benefits for, and so what I found that people really love about the Achieve program is they do get to ask those questions a couple of weeks. So yeah, in November we had a meeting with the mentors, and it was really good. It was a really good one. A lot of, you know, questions about employment and contracts and negotiations, and just different ways that you can not only gain expertise in derm, but share yours as well. So it was just a wealth of knowledge, super fun. We got a lot of great feedback, both from mentors who enjoyed the experience of just like sharing their knowledge, but also from the participants who of course were sponges soaking it all up. So the benefits of membership. So when you become a member, you can access the full amount of resources available on the website. That's www.diversityindermatology.com. Today I'll put that link in the description box. That allows you access to the blog, which we're always looking for new people to write. If you're not comfortable writing alone, certainly you can partner with me. I even have a template on there to help you get started with a blog, and tells you the components on how to format your article, as well as word length and how to estimate how much time it will take to read that. And if you need help finding graphics to accompany it, we can do that for you too. So there's access to the blog. Of course, you can then be a member. You can take advantage of the member-only early bird discount for the conference. We have partners with Canopy Languages, which allows you to get a discount on their medical Spanish course. I think it's medical Spanish. I think that's what they call it. It's definitely Spanish. I don't know if I'm putting the words in the right order. And so that's a really great, I want to take that, because I don't know if you know, but Spanish is no longer considered a foreign language. And so you're just going to see more and more people speaking it, and it really does improve our relationship. And so it's specifically focused on medical language, which is wonderful. And you get to, like, I think there's an option on there where you can do like dialogue, and you can get a certificate. And yeah, it's really nice, actually. I'm really impressed with that. It's something I have on my list of things to do, which, as you may have realized, is a long list. And so we have partnered with Janu Scrubs, so you can get a discount there, discount off dermoscopy. And then we added some new things this year. Partnered with Lahey. They're sponsoring some education on there. I know we have a thing on there for alopecia. And we're in the middle, we've rolled out what we're calling Skintegrative series, which is a combination of derm and integrative medicine. And the webinars that we've been putting out will be available to those who register for the 2024 DID conference. So that will become available for those people. And I'm trying to think, what else do we have on there? But yeah, in addition to that, you just get access to a very inclusive environment. You get exposure to people who are both trying to break into the industry, as well as people who have been in it for decades and who have experience taking care of patients, the business, the farm, pharma, speaking for pharma, working for pharma, and all around the country too. Men, women, very diverse group of individuals. Yeah, and I just want everybody to be really friendly, really welcoming and super supportive. And yeah, so yeah, I think that sums it up for the most part. If there's anything else I can think of, I'll certainly let you know. I'll continue to keep you posted. We have some exciting strategic partnerships in line that you'll start to hear about soon. Some of those are happening right now as we speak. We are partnered with the Connecticut Derm NPPA group in the Northeast. And so once you become a member of that group, you automatically become a member of DID too. And so that's exciting. And yeah, lots of exciting things on there actually. So go check it out. Let me know if you have any questions. Become a member today. Let them know that I sent you. We have some really exciting things coming out in 2024, and I think you're gonna like it. We're always looking for feedback. At the moment, I'm in the process of expanding our MP distribution email list. So if you're interested in hearing more about events that we're doing virtually, locally, or nationally, let us know. So the difference between sort of the national events, let's say for instance like the conference, we're marketing very broadly, but say because it's like 4 days, right? And you're getting a good number of Cs. But like a couple weeks ago, we just held an event in Chicago. It was a 1-day workshop. You got free registration, free parking, lunch, and a stipend. And so, for that, for the most part, people are local. And so that's where all the marketing was really local. And so really reached out to people in that general area who could get there typically by car. Some people did cross borders. So that's what I mean by local. And so what I'm doing is I'm creating a list, and it's by each state. And so this way we'll be able to put you on both the national list, but also when we do those local events, we'll be able to let you know about it. So that's what I'm doing. So if you want to be added to that list, whatever makes you feel comfortable, you can either shoot me an email. I don't know if I'm gonna put my email. You can contact me on the blog, which is in the description box. You can also hit me up on any of my social media platforms. But the blog is best because I get notified about that immediately. So feel free to share this information with your colleagues in and outside of derm, because we know that a lot of people who present with problems in primary care, urgent care, and the emergency department are derm related. And we know not everyone gets a lot of experience when it comes to derm. And so if you want to improve your diagnostic accuracy, your level of comfort, feel more confident in your management and evaluation of different dermatological diseases of the skin, hair, and nails, then consider coming over to derm either part-time or full-time as a member, as a conference attendee, or in helping in some of the initiatives that we have moving forward. We'd love to have you. And like I said, it's a welcoming atmosphere, including dermatologists, PAs, and NPs all working together just like we do in real life. So that's all I have for now. Tomorrow's Friday. I think tomorrow I'm going to share with you my lighting that I purchased in October and is still sitting on the floor, but I think that'll be great. So I can break that out, and then yeah, we'll go over that. It probably will just be mostly an unboxing and me kind of just looking through it. Unless it's super easy to use, then I'll be able to show that to you. On Saturday, I will have used this for 2 days, my compounded products, and I'll be able to give you an update on what I think about it. And so we'll do that. And yeah, that's all I have for now. Thank you so much for watching. If you're not already, please like, comment, share, subscribe. That's all I have. Thank you.